Hello guys, and welcome to Breath of the Wild D&D, created by Jason and Sinai. The topics being discussed are the backstory, main goals, the map, important and historical locations, towers and shrines, important characters and NPCs, races, classes and backgrounds, character intros, party importance, power spells and cants, weapons, health, and monsters. A letter from Jason. Hello and welcome. Hello there and welcome to the Breath of the Wild D&D campaign. I'm your Dungeon Master Jason. D&D is a game of roleplay, battle strategy, and camaraderie. Let me start by first stating that for some of you this is their first time playing D&D, to which I say welcome. And for others, they played many times before, and for them, welcome back. This guide will help you understand everything you need to know about the campaign, locations on the map, functions of different weapons, shrines, and towers, and much more. Should you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them, but before you do, please review your guide for more information. Backstory. The beautiful land of Hyrule. The slow rebuild has done the people inhabiting the area so much good. Everything seemed to be going well for everyone, including the royal family. Yes, that's correct. Princess Zelda, now the Queen of Hyrule, married her faithful champion Link. And what's to become of a marriage if not the pitter-patter of tiny Hylian feet around the castle? But we'll come back to that later. With Ganon gone and the goddess Hylia shining brighter than ever over the green of the grass, Hyrule was in peace, or so we thought. Far off of Laurelin Coast grew a darkness, an evil like we've never seen before. Taking the form of a giant Grim Reaper stood the unholy hell that is dark beast Ganon. His black aura slowly makes its way to Hyrule. Who has summoned such an evil, and who could stop it from spreading to the very end of our brightly lit world? And who on earth discovered this impending doom? Who else but the eldest son of Zelda and Link, to peek into his telescope, noticing a dark mist towering over Laurelin. Alerting his parents, they did what most parents would do, lock their children away from the evil until it's killed. As the son of a champion and a descendant of a goddess, Larson, he couldn't stand idly by. And so he set out on his quest to find the descendants of the champions, so they could once and for all defeat the horrid evil that is Ganon. Taking only a small supply of food, a map, and his father's Sheikah's slate. Shall he succeed in his endeavors? Or will Hyrule finally fall? Your main goals are to find all 5 champions, which is the rest of the party. Each champion must succeed in their shrine to get their thread. Find the threads to make the string for the Bow of Light. Find the Master Sword. Survive the Blood Moons, which are nights where monsters are reincarnated. Have fun with that. Train to defeat Ganon, the Dark End. And, finally, defeat Ganon. A map of Hyrule. This is a general map of Hyrule. It doesn't look quite as large as the map in Breath of the Wild, but it's a general idea and it serves its purpose to the party. I highly recommend you use this website to help you understand the geography of the places you are going. This website pinpoints villages, weapons, towers, shrines, and so much more related to the game. If you're interested, you can visit www.zeldamaps.com for the map. Clicking on your pinpoints brings you to the wiki page of whatever you clicked on. Important and historical locations. Here's a list of places you will probably see in your travels. The game is quite long, however, you might not see everything we'd hoped and wished to. Traveling is wise, and lingering for too long as a party in one location causes distraction in villages and stables. Not many people travel in groups unless they are bandits or members of the Yiga clan. All of these villages have open pots aflame for weary travelers to make a quick meal. Depending on what you forage or buy, your meal may heal or even give you special effects like more health, stamina, and swiftness. This is a list of villages and stables we might be seeing. Gerudo Town, Goron City, Hateno Village, Kakariko Village, Korok Forest, Karakara Bazaar, Laurelin Village, Rito Village, Tari Town, and Zora's Domain. Now for the stables: Dueling Peaks, East Akala, Foothill, Gerudo Canyon, Highland, Lakeside, Outskirts, Rito, Riverside, Serene, Snowfield, South Akala, Tabantha, Wetland, and Woodland. These locations are a bit different. These are places I can locate for you in case you'd like to heal, enchant armor, train, or rummage for goods. You never know what you'll find in these places. However, you also don't know what may be lurking in there, so stay on your toes. The fairy fountains, shrines, towers, Temple of Time, Hyrule Castle, and the springs of wisdom, power, and courage. Here is where I should list the towers and shrines, but being as there are over 150 shrines, including the DLCs, I will only list the towers. Should I see any shrines on the map, I will let everyone know should they want to train. Each player will have a shrine in their hometown, which they must succeed in to get their thread. You should not die or fail, but should you pass out, your health will diminish by 1. And here is the aforementioned list of towers: the Great Plateau, Central Hyrule, Dueling Peaks, Gerudo Desert, Woodland, Akala, Hateno, Lanayru, Eldin, Wasteland, Ridgeland, Lake Hylia, Tabantha, and Faron. Important characters and NPCs. As far as NPCs go, there are very few that have notable mention here, unless you frequent the area a lot. You are allowed to mingle with NPCs, but it will have little to no use unless you are gathering information about the area you're in or the important characters who may be in the area at that point in time. One important NPC, however, will be Beetle. He's a traveling salesman and bug collector. If you have good stealth, you can catch a lot of bugs and earn yourself a good bit of rupees. Here's a list of important characters that we definitely will meet in our travels: King Link and Queen Zelda, King Sidon, Lady Riju, Canelli the Rito chieftain, Paya the Sheikah leader, Pura, Yunobo, the descendant of Daruk, the Great Deku Tree, and Ganon, the Dark End. And drum roll, please. It is character building. The beginnings of a great adventure is a band of great characters. I'll be explaining each race, class, and background to you. After you decide it, we'll add it to your character sheets that I've pinned in the character creation chat under the D&D category. After we've established these 3 things, we'll roll for your stats. The stats are listed below. Strength. It measures bodily power, athletic training, and the extent to which you can exert raw physical force. And athletics is a subcategory for it. Dexterity. It measures agility, reflexes, and balance. The subcategories for that are acrobatics, sleight of hand, and stealth. Intelligence. Measures mental acuity, accuracy of recall, and the ability of reason. The subcategories for that are arcana, history, investigation, nature, and religion. Wisdom. This reflects how attuned you are to the world around you and represents perceptiveness and intuition. The subcategories for that are animal handling, insight, medicine, perception, and survival. Charisma. This measures your ability to interact effectively with others. The subcategories are deception, intimidation, performance, and persuasion. Races. The races in Hyrule are as follows: Hylian, Sheikah, Gerudo, Goron, Rito, Zora, and Korok. If you guys want, you can go ahead and pause here because it shows the stats of all of the races to pick from. And here we have the classes. Drum roll, please. Oh, this is the best part. This is my favorite part. The Fighter. This class calls for a lot of weapon combat. It isn't always a sword and shield. There's spears, scythes, axes, and much more. Fighters normally have great physicality and accuracy. In Breath of the Wild, Link would have been considered a fighter. Ranger. Rangers are best at ranged attacks. Duh. Using bows and arrows, crossbows, bombs, and throwing spears, the ranger proves to be a great addition to any party. Most rangers would be trained in the Rito village, where they have their own flight range, a place they practice shooting and flying, obviously. Wizard. Ah, you must be someone of vast knowledge and learning. Wizards learn arcane magic through books and trial and error. Their magic is learned and not at all from a higher power or from within. They are magical only because they study magic. Cleric. This class is something you don't see too much of. Clerics are healers who depend on their knowledge of medicine and potions and their belief in the goddess Hylia. They can heal party members easily as long as they roll a good number. Monks. Monks are people who believe in inner peace and choose peace over fighting every time. But don't let their friendly demeanor fool you. If peace is not an option, they will use their skilled hand-to-hand combat as a second option. Most Sheikah can be considered monks, because the Sheikah are basically ninjas. Bards. My favorite. A bard is a person who channels their magic through their musical abilities. Ocarina, lute, piccolo, ukulele, flute, etc. This does mean you'd have to create your own songs to use as spells and cants. Bards are also known as attention seekers and make great distractions as they are masters of the charisma skill. Druids. Manipulators and worshippers of nature, druids make great foragers and great fighters in any battle near forests. They know exactly which plants are dangerous and which are safe. Not to mention the recipes they create have more effect than those without their vast knowledge on plants. Rogues, another favorite of mine. Rogues are pretty crafty thieves, criminals, and assassins. They are sly, stealthy, and persuasive. Depending on your race, they can be pretty intimidating as well. This class comes in handy when you'd like a quick in and out to a dangerous situation. They can easily steal whatever you need. Paladins. Loyal servants of the court. Yes, paladins make great knights, soldiers, and warriors. They would never do something immoral or unjust. They fight for the safety of the royal court and the people of Hyrule. Link would have also made a pretty good paladin. Barbarian. This is Jason's favorite. While they may lack charisma and wisdom, they are great fighters and have an unholy strength about them. Gorons make the best barbarians and have quite an advantage compared to most other races given their huge stature. Alright guys, you can pause the video here. That way you can check out all the backgrounds. I suggest you read up because there's plenty of them. Another thing you'll need to pick out is a personality trait, ideal, flaw, and bond. Each ones are different with each background. Once you pick a background, I'll give you a list of the above mentioned information to choose from. After character creation, we roll for stats. Anything above 7 is good. The highest number you get is 15 due to your proficiency bonus given to due to your choice in race or class. I will assist you through the process, so no worries if you get confused. Character introductions. Each character must be introduced at the right time and must have a reason to join the party. The prince was called to action of his own free will and must find the next champions. He will visit each village to find them. What makes you stand out? What brings you to the attention of the prince? Coming up with your own background story can help explain that maybe you were stronger than those in your village, more skilled. Maybe you were more cunning and intelligent than the others. Or it could be that you are the descendant of a champion from the old days. Make your backstory as detailed or as simple as you wish. The importance of the party. Your party becomes your friends, allies, and a shoulder to lean on. Healing, training, fighting, and developing as a group is the only way we can play as easily and joyfully as possible. There will be character development, apologies, encouragement, and growth as a group, and I cannot wait to see how wonderfully you can all work together. Powers, spells, and cants. Here's where the real fun kicks in. While there are spells, cants, and powers the game could bestow upon you, depending on your class, I will allow you to create your own powers, spells, and cants. This is your chance to show off your imagination. Just make sure to run these ideas by me first. After all, you can't be completely all-powerful, otherwise the goal to be reached is easily achievable, which leads to a very short game, and that's no fun for anyone involved. Weapons. Weapons are a harder thing to discuss, as each weapon deals different damage and each monster takes the damage differently. Once you obtain weapons, I will announce the damage they deal and the health of the monsters. Thankfully, your weapons have a slow deterioration rate, and you won't need better weapons for some time. Going into weapon shops in villages is a great opportunity to buy better weapons. Health. Your health consists of 4 small hearts. You lose a fourth when you are hit without blocking your opponent or you take a steep fall. Your stamina is small, meaning you can only run for short periods of time. The only way to grow these things is to level up at the statues of Goddess Hylia. These are found in villages and more often than not in the springs of wisdom, power, and courage. Monsters, welcome to our hell. You will first encounter choo-choos and bokoblins. Moblins too. Stalkoblins, I hate those things. Oh my god. Stalmoblins are the worst though. Lizalophos, do not like. Moldugas, those are only found in Gerudo. Guardians, the bane of my existence. Ganon Blights, oh my god, that's gonna be so hard. Why?